So Amazon just dropped one of, I think, the neatest updates that I have seen in a long time to the uploading process. Look at this. I'm uploading a shoppable picture. It's going to do the auto tagging, which actually this one gets it right. Now watch. We have something new here called Caption AI that is going to help us write titles. I don't think they're that good, but we're going to talk about it because this means something. We have a new toggle button down here. They actually rearranged the position, but look, we have a toggle here that we didn't have before. Limit of 5 shoppable tags on a picture, and we've got a really important little button over here that we can move around on the picture. I'm going to explain to you what all of these changes are and my initial thoughts on if they're useful and how to use them. All right. So if you're an Amazon influencer, if you don't know, I'm Rob, been in the influencer program for 2.5 years, and I'm here sharing my tips, tricks, and advice. These are things I've learned along the way, both good and bad, to hopefully help you make more money in the Amazon influencer program. So if that sounds good to you, like it's in your wheelhouse, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button. And if you get halfway through this video, you find it's actually helpful in some way, then maybe also hit the like button. Actually, you know what? Screw all that. Hit the subscribe and like button now. Don't wait, just do it. I'm over here giving you gold on top of gold plates. It's gold square, gold 2x. Hit all the buttons. I do think I am your Amazon influencer guy. So this is really neat. I mean, so first off, the auto tagging thing that we just saw, they rolled that out about a month ago, and that was kind of interesting. Shoppable pictures only, but it's their attempt to auto tag the pictures for us. Not necessarily correct that often, but still decent sometimes. It just worked right here. So now we see Caption AI. It is their attempt to create titles for you. Now, here's the title that came up with this. These bar stools are a great addition to any kitchen. Whatever. It's sort of like mundane and sort of like whatever, but I do think it's interesting that the overall tone of these is salesy. They're definitely trying to convince people of something, right? These bar stools are perfect for my kitchen. I'm going to do one more here. Now, here's what I would be curious about. I wonder if they are using these specific titles because it's just their first attempt and they're putting anything together, or I wonder if there's any correlation between these types of titles and higher click-through or conversion rates. Because you'd have to think that if Amazon's going to roll something like this out, that there's got to be something of value to them of why they would be recommending these to us. And I wonder, we don't know this yet, this is just coming out today, but I wouldn't be surprised if they've got some sort of data behind these types of structured titles. I don't love them. I don't like the words in them. I don't like the way that they're structured. I typically do more clickbaity type stuff, and I capitalize, all caps, some words, etc. But I do think this is pretty interesting. Now, you can go in here and edit this if you wanted to make your own kind of whatever. Beep, bop, boop. I don't want to do that. You can do a regenerate if you want here. And also, this section is still like the regular section that you would have done before, right? The whole box is kind of weird the way that they set this thing up. I'm going to do an insert here. Insert before you buy these bar stools. And by the way, this little pink thing in the bottom right is through the Oink for Influencers toolkit that you can put whatever you want. Just quickly hit insert and it'll drop it in. So this is technically the title. But this is the first thing that's very interesting to me is we have this auto titler attempt now. Okay, so let's move on down because there's a lot going on here. First off, shoppable. Limit of 5 shopping tags. I don't think that this was on there before. I don't do a lot of over tagging. I think that they have reduced the number of tags per picture. If so, that's a pretty big change. I think you could do like up to 10 or something before. But if you can only do 5 now, and again, this is only for shoppable pictures, not for videos, although you shouldn't be tagging 5 things on any video. Anyways, I think that's kind of an eyebrow raise for me. Now, here's where things get really interesting. This, you notice we have a new box. It's got a new border. We have a new toggle, and it's related to this button right here. See, when we tag this, it put this dot on this screen, and it's actually asking us to point out where this product is in the picture, right? If I remove the toggle, you're going to see the button went away, right? But if I re-enable, you even say it says click and drag to move shopping tag. So I'm going to put it on here. Now let's say, though, I got another product that I wanted to add in, and I'm just going to pick one from down here. I'm not actually going to submit it, but just so you can see. Now we have two. I got to re-enable this one. Actually, you know what? This one's enabled still. Let me move this one here, and I'm going to say I'm going to put that there. I got to re-enable this other one right there. Okay, so now check this out. We have 2 now that are enabled. I got this one, and you can see whenever I highlight each one, it changes which dot is highlighted. So the left one is highlighted, and if I click this one, the right one is highlighted. What they're doing here is they're creating tagged pictures, because sometimes right now in these big collages, you can tag a bunch of products, but you don't know where those products are at on the screen. This is a way more interactive thing. I don't know where these are going to be placed at, but I do think that this is a pretty interesting thing that they are starting to roll out here. And again, if you want to just remove one of them for the time being, it's still going to be tagged, right? So if you submitted this, both of these would be tagged. This just removes the dot. So in case you have a bunch of dots going on. You can really kind of hone in on which one it is. But, you know, this is a pretty interesting system that they got here. So a big drop this afternoon by Amazon on the uploading system. Again, this is shoppable pictures only. Nothing has changed on the video side of this yet. But as somebody, you know, I upload a shoppable picture every single time that I upload a video. I always upload my thumbnail as its own individual piece of content. So, and a lot of times there's a lot of different things happening in my shoppable pictures. So the ability to tag multiple things now and pinpoint exactly where those things are at in the picture, it's a little bit different than a video. In a video, you tag the things that are in the video. With a shoppable picture, they're way more collage oriented, or can be if you wanted them to. And so all of a sudden, if I wanted to tag my glasses, if I wanted to tag my hoodie, if I wanted to tag the other things that are in the picture, including the main thing, you can do that now and pinpoint where those are at in the picture. So really interesting to see them doing this. I do think the fact that they rolled out the auto tagging process a month ago and now this auto titling process, these are pretty interesting that they're doing these back to back on pictures. Not sure where they're going, but I actually really like this update. I think that they need to clean this area up because, to be honest, right now, I don't know which thing of mine is going to get submitted. If it's going to be this one or this one, let's just hit save and see what happens. Okay, so interesting. It ended up actually showing the one that I typed in. It overrode the generated one. You can see that is right here. Also interesting too, this is where they're showing the tags, right? So it says actually shopping tags. If I wanted to remove them, I could do that if I wanted to put them back in. But look, there's the tag that I currently have. You know what? I accidentally tagged the wrong one. I gotta go back and fix that. But interesting. So a big new process they've put in here. Really looking forward to how this ends up kind of panning out in the long run. So now look, if this was helpful for you guys, hit the like, hit the subscribe, do all those things. Make your boy happy. I'll see you guys in the next video. Curious to see where this is heading. Curious what your thoughts are as well. As always, we'll see you on the next video. Peace out.